Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we talk about the news and upcoming events in the game and how to get ready for them using various trials to pick up killers. Tonight has been a difficult one, but I just finished up over on Twitch working out a clear and stuff that works for getting something that's going to help us out this week. So let's talk a little bit about that. This week we have two pieces of content coming out. Oh, we don't have our chalkboard. Where's our chalkboard? We've got two pieces of content coming out. We have a raid against the Flora Omega spawn, which is right here. And that is a plant that is weak to thunder, water, and wind, according to the wiki. So definitely want to bring some plant killer. Although it is a raid, you know, most raids you can just kind of sneeze on and they die. But I do think we have some nice options right now that are going on. If it's weak to thunder, water, and wind, I'm thinking Sylvie, I'm thinking Esther, I'm thinking Kaito, I'm thinking Chizuru, because Chizuru has wind and plant killer built in with skills. So that's pretty cool, and lo and behold, those are bonus units that you can bring. You can bring Chizuru, Sylvie. Can't bring Esther's not a bonus unit, but you can bring Chizuru and Sylvie and get some bonus points and stuff there, as well as the current units that are on banner as well. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, but then we also have the consumed Omega spawn. This is a dragon machine enemy that is weak to thunder and water. My immediate thought is Kaito, because Kaito does water, dragon, and machine killer on the base form, so that's very, very cool. But I think Sylvie will be, or not Sylvie, Esther will be very, very good as well. Sylvie to just, you could bring Sylvie for thunder imbue and amplifies, and that'll be good. Although this is apparently a pretty short fight, or you want to get this done quickly. Sylvie's 100% amp may be useful to get to that turn 3 kill if you can't do it pretty quick with like Esther or Kaito right away. So we're talking about plants, we're talking about dragons, and we're talking about machines. So let's try plant first. Oh my gosh. Too many things on the screen. Here we go. Plant. So we've done Scorn of Antinola before. We've also done Scorn of Tiamat, and there's lots of good stuff for plant. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there on the screen for just a second. Because the raid is a plant, that's pretty much the easiest one. It is worth noting that the rewards in the raid itself, you can pick up killers for machines and for plants. So if you're just working through the raid, you'll eventually get stuff for machines, which will help you with the final EX fight. So that's pretty cool. So definitely do the raid and pick these up. There's some other nice stuff here too, not like super game changing. This Behindiga arm is basically a martial glove, but with a little bit less LB fill every turn, which is kind of nice. And this is like a martial glove because there's a little bit more attack and no LB fill. Two fairly nice accessories. It's 100% true double hand attack if you wear both of them, which is kind of nice for new players, and killers are also great for new players as well. So you definitely pick those up, and there you go. Now let's talk about dragons for just a second. Lots of good stuff for dragons. You can do Scorn of the Sworn 8. You can do Scorn of the Trial of the Dragon King, Dragon Killer Plus from Eternal Summit as well. Bahamut gives you those. So good stuff for dragons. Lots of TMRs and STMRs as usual. There you go. And for magic versions as well, because there's Mage Dragon Killer as well, from Ashura's Rod, from Scorn of the Demon Wall, which is another one we have done in the past as well. So lots of good options for dragon. I wanted to talk though mainly tonight about machine. There's only a couple of trials that give any kind of machine killer that are readily accessible. So the Rising Sun FFBE is a throwing weapon from the Scorn of the Legendary Stag. Pretty easy to grab. It's a pretty easy fight at this point in the game. We've power crept it. But then also the other one I wanted to talk about was Machine Eater's Sense. This is from the Doulahan, so it's a 12 types trial. This is the hard version. And while the boss is not terribly difficult, doing enough damage to it in 10 turns to get the item, the Machine Eater Sense, is where it's a little tricky. And so I want to talk a little bit about the team that we're using and go into the trial and show you how that worked. So there you go. We're gonna be going after some machine killer tonight to help us get ready for the upcoming content on Thursday. I'm tired. I'm tired. We just did a whole lot of stuff over on Twitch. So let's go into the Vortex. We'll go into the Nemesis, 12 types. Doulahan is here. It is a 460 difficulty fight. So this is a pretty hard one. Because of that, I am breaking some rules. You know, what I try to do is use units that are available in the EX shop, the special shop to use for that you can buy fragments for and get them to EX +3 right away. However, this one is a challenge, and so because it's a challenge, we have to break the rules a little bit. And I'm adding in the ability. We're bringing a really strong friend. We're bringing this Sylvie, who's Jonathan's Sylvie. Jonathan's a member of our community. He's a member of Discord. He's a member of he's over on Twitch as well in the chat. So Jonathan, thank you so much for getting your Sylvie ready for us. It's gonna be fantastic. So thank you for that. And here's the rest of the team that we're bringing. So we're bringing Beatrix, Gilgamesh, Medina, and Squall, who are available in the EX coin shop, and then Ling, who is available in the Obnixis Shard shop from Clash of Wills. So you could go into Clash of Wills and get Ling right now. She's pretty good. She does not have to be EX3. She does need to be EX1. But she's an older unit. And realistically, at some point, if you've maybe pulled a copy of her, you could use your NV unit of choice ticket. I don't recommend it, but you could. So there are definitely ways to get EX1 Ling right away if you wanted to, just by playing the item, the item enhancement event to get an NV select ticket, and then you could go to Clash of Wills and get Ling. So she is technically a free unit at this point. We've had several opportunities to get Ling, so we're going to use her because we need her. Let's talk about the rest of the team, though. Everybody has stop immunity from some sort of item, which is kind of hard to do. Although if we're bringing Sylvie, you could just use one of her skills that gives stop immunity, Compassionate Night, which is pretty nice. But here you are. Beatrix just basically needs ice resistance and light resistance over 100, and that's going to take care of her. And then, like I said, stop immunity. She's got that from the Cherished Cloak, and then just lots of HP and defense. And she doesn't really ever take any damage because she's just absorbing all the magic damage. She's pretty much okay. There you go. Ling is going to spend the whole fight in the shift form. She's provoking attacks, and she needs a lot of light resist, because at some point the boss will imperil you to light and do tons and tons of damage. So you got to have that. So she needs that much, and she needs provoke, and she needs stop immunity, and she needs to be able to fill her LB gauge. So we're getting all that from these swords for provoke and evasion. And we are getting some of that from Tulian's vision card, which you could have gotten from either getting a Tulian or from the vision card select tickets, which I think this is a very good one that I have recommended to people before because it helps you build provoke evade units very, very easily. So that's a good pickup, good advice. Pick that up. Otherwise, she's just got some resistance to light. Okay. Gilgamesh, his build does not matter. He needs to have light resistance for the ambush attack, so he needs 100. Otherwise, I've got him equipped with, just for ease of convenience, I've got him equipped with, in the shift form, Scarlet Wave, so just bolting strike chain 3 times. We're actually not even going to end up using that because with Ling on the party, we can give chaining frames of Chaos Wave Awakened, which we're going to end up using. So I could even take this off. Does not matter. We're not using it. There you go. He's built for magic, technically. He's got magic gear, but he's not going to end up using it. He's just going to be chaining and providing that chain, and that's all that really matters. His gear doesn't matter as long as he has 100% and 100% light, and for the ambush, and then source of stop immunity. So the Vidium ribbon from Trials of Mana does that. Medina, for some reason, is not even wearing a weapon. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Weapon does not matter. I just happen to have that, so I'm using it. She's got stop immunity and 100% resistance. She's also got the Scarlet Wave, but we're going to take it off because we don't need it. And just vision card. Her stats don't matter. She's just chaining. You know, she's just a chainer in this fight. Squall is where it's at. Squall has 300% Reaper Killer, 300% LB damage, True Double Hand maxed out. And he's got the light resistance that he needs. and he's got stop resistance from Boy Brimming with Curiosity. You could get stop resistance from a couple different sources, but just trying to use the ones that I had available. Does have Tyvus's Spirit, and there we are. He's got this to help break the boss against great swords, which he's wearing, and there's our team. Sylvie, the only thing Sylvie really needs is EX2 is helpful, so you can use the limit burst right away. So just grab a friend who has that. Again, stop light resistance. Stop resistance you're going to get from her ability, which is Compassionate Knight. Okay, pretty cool. It gives that for 5 turns, so we don't even really need our stop immunity if we're going to be bringing that, which is nice. Just got to work that into your rotation somewhere. And then otherwise just being EX2. So let's do this, okay? Pretty cool. So Dullahan starts this whole fight out by making everybody... he reduces his own lightning resistance and for the whole field, which is kind of neat. So we're going to be using lightning from Sylvie to damage him. Notice everybody did not take damage from that attack because they are immune to holy damage on turn 1. So this is going to be kind of long. Beatrix is going to cover and Saintly Protect. Okay, pretty cool. Ling is going to... She doesn't have any LB, so she's just going to rally for now. And then buff the party with Celestial Combo and Moving Dance. There we go. Our Sylvie is going to shift. And Sylvie is going to give Paladin's Defense for Mirage stacks. And then Bolt Egg Basket to imbue lightning on everybody and imperil the boss. And then use Marion's Blessing Lightning, which is going to amp us up over the next 3 turns. Squall, just to kind of get going, is just going to use some of those cooldowns and hit the boss. Medina is honestly not doing anything really that important. We're just gonna use Luna Accretion to kind of charge up for magic attacks. Gilgamesh is going to shift and break the boss. Although Sylvie has already broken the boss, and we're gonna break the boss and imperil the boss and fill LB gauges. There we go. Nice. So the boss will counterattack whoever hits him first. And as long as you have Mirage, it's not that dangerous. So we had Mirage, it was not that dangerous, and we're ready to go for turn 2. For turn 2, we're going to triple with Ling, which we now have, and we're going to Celestial Dance to put Mirage stacks back up, Reaper Killer buff, there we go, and we're just going to keep refreshing Celestial Combo so we can use it next turn. She did take a little bit of damage there. We don't really care. We're going to, in fact, heal that up with Beatrix. Sorry. Because that I'm tired. And that way she's good to go to keep doing stuff on later turns. Gilgamesh can do whatever. He doesn't need to do anything this turn. So he can just break the boss. You know, Medina can just keep on charging up. Pretty cool. I didn't mean to do that. We're just going to charge 4 times. And there you go. Squall is going to Tyvus Spirit here. And Sylvie is going to use Leaping Love, which is her shifted limit burst to boost up our limit burst damage. There we go. So on turn 3, we're going to have 100% lightning amplification, Tyvus Spirit on board, Sylvie's LB damage buff, and Ling's Reaper Killer buff for the whole party. So we're going to be doing some pretty nasty damage here. We're going to go ahead and take this turn to shift down with Sylvie and use... we're going to use Compassionate Knight to get the stop immunity going, which is going to be useful. And then we'll just use both these elemental vines and petals just to kind of give resistances to everybody who might use them at some point. And now we're ready to go ahead and chain this up. So we're going to chain Marriage of the Phoenix, or Force of the Phoenix, with Gilgamesh and Medina. Come on. And Squall is just going to cap that with his super limit burst. And yeah, we're pretty much just going to hit it as hard as we can here. Cool. So we're at about 55%, which is totally fine. And hopefully we will be doing a little bit more next time and be ready to wipe this boss off the face of the earth. Ling is going to use her shifted limit burst here to just give everybody mirage stacks. There we go. And Beatrix is going to use her limit burst as well for mitigations, just in case anybody takes any damage. I don't think we're going to, but it's there. There we are. So Squall is just going to he's going to lightning amp him or imbue himself and then just hit the boss a couple of times. Our goal is to time it so that we can use Tyvus' Spirit again on a later turn, and then a Super LB. So that's our goal. So with Sylvie, we're just going to... doesn't really need to do anything. We're going to do this on the next turn. So we're fine for right now, actually. We'll just go ahead and do some Sylvie stuff. We'll do offense and resolve and compassionate night again. Why not? And we could even chain if we wanted to. Just do a little bit of damage. There we go. And then Ling is just going to, she's going to Reaper Killer again. There we go. And Celestial combo and moving. And Beatrix is going to refresh cover. And mitigation for herself. Ling took a teeny tiny little bit of damage and it really doesn't matter. So it's all good. Alright, so we're going to check our cooldown remaining on Tyvus Spirit. We can do it next turn, so this is good. So we'll go ahead and on this turn, we'll use... can't use Bolt Egg yet, but we can go ahead and use the next stack of Marion's Blessing. So we'll use Marion's Blessing Lightning on the party. We'll use Bolt Egg later. Just hit the boss a couple of times. And we will triple here, and we'll use any cooldowns we have. There we go. And honestly, they can just, she can just charge up. We don't want to go too below 54 or 50% because the boss does have like some threshold stuff that gets a little annoying. So we're going to not do that if we can avoid it. There we go. Ling can just rallying, keep the medium stance going, and refreshing twirl. There we go, and we're going to use Limit Burst here. Put mitigation up for the party. So Squall's going to get his Limit Burst here. But we're not going to use it. There we go. We're going to use Tyvus' Spirit here. We're going to use Leaping Love here. We're going to break the boss. And we are going to just charge up. We're almost done. She's going to triple. We're going to refresh the combo step because we're going to be doing that next turn. Refreshing twirl. And just because I don't want to lose it, Reaper Killer. And we're just going to refresh cover. all the mitigations and stuff make it so that Ling does not take a whole lot of damage there, which is awesome. Currently, boss is imperiled to lightning. No, does not. Oh yes, does have lightning resistance down. Let's see. Lightning is down to 235, so we're in pretty good shape there. So we'll do that. We will do. We'll go ahead and let her chain with us. Medina's going to chain as well. Gilgamesh is going to chain. There we go. And we're hoping to do, the last little bit of damage here. So good luck. Didn't quite make it. We have 3% left. But we still have 3 turns to go to try and beat the boss. But we do need to make sure that we are not dying here. So we're going to fill LB gauges and evasion and just keep the combo step going. I'm going to go ahead and put up Golem as well on this turn. Because you want to kill this within 10 turns. Yeah, we're on turn 7, so we have a little bit of ways to go. We're just going to try and chain it up. Let's do... we'll do Bolting Strike with him. And she can Bolt Egg us. There we go. There we go. So we got it on turn 8 instead of turn 7. It's all good. Perfect. Here's all the missions. No deaths. Party of 5 or less. We didn't get that because we brought a 6th person, but we do have a pretty weak team. We did get it within 10 turns, and this would also get us Undead Killer. So if you're looking for both of those, there you go. The 5 or less is just for STMR tickets. It's only 5. You can get more of those for less effort other places. But definitely come back and pick it up at some point. And there you go. Mostly using the EX Squad. we had to bring some Reaper Killer, and none of the EX Squad has Reaper Killer. And then Sylvie helped us out a ton with the LB damage stuff that she does with her shifted LB. But Lone Lion Squall is there. And Jonathan, thank you again so much for your Sylvie. It was very much appreciated. Glad to finally get to use one of your units in one of these clears. So there you go. That would get you some Machine Killer. That's a very solid materia anyway, so definitely worth picking that up. And hopefully that helps you to get ready for this week's content against plants, machines, and dragons. So with that, we're all done, and you guys have a good night, and we'll see you on Thursday over on Twitch for new content night where we work through the EX fight, maybe try and work through it a couple different ways, and just kind of have fun chatting and doing the raid and stuff. And doing whatever else comes up. Who knows? So we'll see you then, and you guys be good to each other and have a good night.